Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Oregon Trail 1.2 version, I believe that's what it's called. Yes, Lord Master's back in the trail again. And also I just want you to note that this is the first time that I'm recording this on the, whatchamacallit, Alienware laptop, but I'm using Vandycam instead of the game bar because apparently for an old game such as this, I don't think it runs that reliably, unless I was doing Oregon Trail, then it would be fine. But I was originally going to use it on my old desktop computer, which by the way, and hopefully I get a new one in this Christmas for just to have a desktop computer for a personal use. Whereas here in this Alienware laptop of mine, that's just strictly for gaming, as you saw many of my PC gaming videos, such as Crusader Kings or Imperator Rome, or an occasional Oregon Trail video as well. And as you can see the list of legends, all these winners, adventurers, and slackers and all that people. But do not worry, my own journey will soon begin, and it will be a glorious journey. Yeah, right. Like who? Who you're going to be bringing to this party, Lord Master? One would think. Well, the party leader is definitely going to be me, Lord Master, because I just said my name right now. Also known as Earl Thomas Drummond. Earl T. Drummond. That's my alternate name. Now let's travel the trail. You are about to begin a great adventure. Well, since there's audio, is there a voice now?
Welcome to the Oregon Trail.
Oh.
You're about to begin a great adventure, traveling the Oregon Trail across the rugged landscape of North America. Your covered wagon, pulled by a team of oxen, will travel from Independence, Missouri, to the fertile Willamette Valley of the Oregon Territory, a journey of approximately 2,000 miles. Before you set off on the trail, you must register your name, the names of the members of your wagon party, and your occupation. After that, you'll need to buy supplies and make other important decisions. Good luck!
Well, thanks, but I could have done a read out loud, but I guess the voice narration or audio was fine. I never had this happen to me in my past videos when I played this particular version of the Oregon Trail. And this is the first time here, so thank you for sparing my voice for this. Anyways, none of these names. Because the last time I played this game, like if you're going to choose to put blank on all party members' names, that means you'll be traveling by yourself unless you name one yourself, which I'm going to be Lord Master. But there will be party members, because that last trail I did was just insanity. Insanity it was. But I got names for you, starting with Ham Jacobs. And then we got, what the hell's his name? Oh, yes. Buck Johnson. Again, these are all original names that I just came up with my head. And then we got, I don't think it'll fit, but let me just type it anyway. Horace Muggs. Originally, I was going to put Horace J. Muggs, but the J wouldn't fit. And I was not about to put H.J. Muggs, otherwise you would know what the H.J. stands for. No, we kind of don't want that. So, and the third and final guy, fourth and final party member, which his name will be Bernard Tadpole. Bernard T. God dang it. Okay. T's for Tadpole. It's a guy who runs a clothing store in Westport, Kansas, from Oregon Trail 2. Or 5th edition, depending on which version it is. Anyways, I'm going to be, let me see here. Thinking about being a blacksmith at this time. Blacksmith or carpenter, either or, so I'm going for blacksmith. Alright, play the audio again.
You need to decide when to set off on the trail. If you leave too early, there won't be much grass for your oxen to eat. You may encounter some very cold weather and late spring snowstorms. But if you leave too late, you may not get to Oregon before winter, which can be very dangerous. If you leave at just the right time, there will be green grass and, for the most part, mild weather.
Hey, you forgot to say when do you want to leave? Oh, well, in that case, I'll be leaving in April. Please explain to me, my lady.
I recommend at least 6 oxen to pull your wagon, and you'll need plenty of flour, sugar, bacon, coffee, and other types of food. I suggest you start out with at least 200 pounds of food for each person in your party. You'll need good, warm clothing, especially for the mountains. I recommend taking at least 2 sets of clothes per person. You'll need ammunition, too. Each box of ammunition contains 20 bullets. Finally, you might want to take along some spare wagon parts. Wagon wheels, axles, and tongues are liable to break along the way. If you're unable to repair a broken wagon, you'll be in big trouble.
Alrighty. Give me a dozen oxen, 8 sets of clothing, 20 bullets, 3, and 1,000 pounds of food. Because, just want to be modest by leaving some amount of money left, and you can get all the food that you need by hunting. Alright, Independence, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be some good shit going on. I hope. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a bad situation in the very beginning. But we don't know that. But we're gonna talk to somebody in a moment. Thinking. That's it. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's a trader named Jim. What do you got to say, my man?
Better take extra sets of clothing. Trade 'em to Indians for fresh vegetables, fish, or meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide at river crossings. Expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated.
Not what I had imagined or what he sounded like. Again, this is the first time I've done a video where we got voiceovers. At least I don't have to do them anymore. I mean, save that for impersonations of other people. Shut it! Now, a traveler, Miles Hendricks.
Did you read the Missouri Republican today? Says some folks start for Oregon without carrying spare parts, not even an extra wagon axle. Must think they grow on trees. Hope they're lucky enough to find an abandoned wagon.
Also, mind you, I turned down the game volume a bit slightly, as well as the mic volume, knowing that I will get loud during the trail. Next, a town resident.
Some folks seem to think that 2 oxen are enough to get them to Oregon. 2 oxen can barely move a fully loaded wagon, and if one of them gets sick or dies, you won't be going anywhere. I wouldn't go overland with less than 6.
Okay, it's usually just 3 different people. What's the status? Oh my god, it's on repeat no matter where you click on it. And you check the pace and then rest. Go hunt. Oh, yeah, you can't hunt at landmarks because there are too many people around. I mean, I can imagine hunting out here. And he's like, hey, look, a deer. And he's like, hey, no shooting. Don't want to scare the townsfolk and all that. And I'm like, God dang it. Don't you know I have a license to hunt? At least in the wilds. But not necessarily here because I thought this is the wilds. Don't you see? Anyways. Let's continue. And yes, we got background music as we travel, while I will think of something of what do I have in my mind, because trust me when I tell you people, I got a lot on my mind. Some good, some bad. I mean, it's gonna be car crash ugly. That's what this is gonna be like. Heavy fog. Lose one day. Okay. So. Yeah, Ham Jacobs, one of the party members. It was a name I saw when I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Talking about this man here. That he's one of the buyers that you sell moonshine to. I saw that name and I thought it was hilarious, so that's why I brought him in the party. Now, Buck Johnson, that was actually an original name for what they weren't going to give this stage anymore. Ring name for Tony Norris, who would go on to become Ahmed Johnson, former WWF wrestler. And Horace J. Muggs, well, it's the name of a guy who runs some building named after himself in New Santa Fe. That's an Oregon Trail too. And I already mentioned Bernard Tadpole to you. So these are the people. And of course, you know old Lord Master. Kansas River Crossing. Also, I got something to say to you folks. Well, before we talk to these people with their voiceovers and whatnot, well, on this day of recording, it's on December 17th. Yes, I got it correct. Correct this time. I hit a bunch of remind me laters. Now, it's 1 week away before Christmas Day for me. So I'm expecting to get a few things for Christmas, but let me tell you, it's I don't know. My mind's not on Christmas right now. Let's just talk to some folks. I got a lot of things to say. This is one of the least of my worries. Anyways, stranger, what do you guys say?
Can't afford to take a ferry. We're making our wagon into a boat. We'll turn it over, caulk the bottom and sides with pitch, and use it to float our goods across. Have to swim the animals. Hope it doesn't rain. The river's high enough.
Well, it's clear as day. A ferry operator says,
Don't try to ford any river deeper than the wagon bed, about 2.5 feet. You'll swamp your wagon and lose your supplies. You can caulk the wagon bed and float it, or be smart and hire me to take your wagon on my ferry.
I'll think about it. And finally, Rebecca Sims.
With the crowds of people waiting to get on the ferry, we could be stranded here for days. Hope there's enough graze for all those animals. Not many people carry feed. I'd rather wait, though, than cross in a rickety wagon boat.
Rickety wagon boat. That's how you would describe it? Anyways, it's 649 feet across and 8.5 deep in the middle. God dang. I guess a ferry sounds like a good option right about now. Because if I caulk a wagon, there's a pretty good chance that we may tip over and everyone drowns. And I do mean everyone. I do mean everybody. Ferry it. And you gotta charge $5 for a day. Okay. Fine by me. Oh, and it's very rainy. God dang it. You decide to leave on a day when it's rainy? But we got a pretty simple wagon across. But now, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm going to say this for once as we're about to go hunting. Oh, wait. Hunt time. 2 minutes. Yeah, just have to have that set for the first time. So, here's what we're going to do right before I click on this button here. So I'm just going to say, are you ready for some bullshit? Oh, what the? Well, are you ready for some bullshit is right. You can't hunt in a rainstorm. Sure I can. I don't care if I get pneumonia due to all that rain. I'm going to get me some meat. You won't allow me to hunt? What the hell? That's never happened to me before. Okay, take a rain check. Party cloudy. Now let's go hunt. That was a buffalo there. Alright, should be enough. Okay, we could have hunted a little more. 119 pounds of meat. Used 9 bullets. Continue hunting this area, game will become scarce. Because, guts, dang it, don't hunt so dang much. But hey, it was good exercise. the Big Blue River crossing. You know, the other night, which was last night, I had a dream. I don't know if I said this before, but I think I may have said it on the Oregon Trail video. Which, to be fair, I don't think that many people watch my Oregon Trail videos much as they watch Oregon Trail videos like this. But I'm gonna say something. If you could just shut up for a moment. Anyways, I'll say this real quick. I had a dream where I was in a dark room. And then inside of that dark room, there was a table. And overhanging that table was a lamp, like a light bulb hanging over. And there was 2 chairs next to the table. And on that table is a chessboard with all the pieces set. So I sat down, assumingly that I'm about to play a game of chess with somebody. But then somebody came in the room, and that's not just a somebody. That person who entered this dark room to play chess with me was none other than Darth Vader. Yes, Darth Vader. Played chess with him. He didn't say a word other than that distinctive breathing sound that you hear from him. So it's rather unnerving. Yep. Lord Master played chess with Darth Vader. In a dream, of course. Alright, a party leader heading east says,
"We've had enough. Pesky flies all day and mosquitoes all night. It's either baking sun or oceans of mud, and sometimes both. Worry over Indians attacking. Haven't seen any yet, but still a worry."
Mm-hmm. So you're just going east? Because I guess the west's got nothing for you. We'll try again next time, bud. Marnie Stewart.
This prairie is mighty pretty with all the wildflowers and tall grasses, but there's too much of it. I miss not having a town nearby. I wonder how many days until I see a town with real shops, a church, people.
I prefer my version of Marnie Stewart better, if you recall some of my past videos of this particular version of the Oregon Trail. One more. Big Louie, a trail driver. What does he sound like?
Be careful you don't push your animals too hard. Keep 'em moving, but set 'em a fair pace. Can't keep driving 'em so fast, or you'll end up with lame-footed animals. A lame ox is about as good to you as a dead one.
6.8 feet deep in the middle. Mucker father. Let's go. You got no choice in the matter. If we get tipped over, we get tipped over, alright? We can sacrifice a few folks. But we had no trouble floating our wagon across, but... Okay, go. To Fort Kearney. Kearney. I don't know why Kearney just came to mind, but anyways, let's see. I mean, I predict on the second half of the trail it's going to be plenty of what I would call pure, adulterated horse. I lose 3 pounds of food to the spoilage. Well then, the meat is perishable food, so this will happen very often. Even though on this picture, this does not look like 3 pounds. I mean, can you imagine, you know, hauling over all that crap and then you drop it? And then some guy would say to me, it's like, man, Lord Master, these kids are working hard. And I'll be like, yeah, so does my plumber. Come on! Oh, God's dang it! We're 1 mile away from Fort Kearney and a blizzard in the middle of April. Somehow, the blizzard, and yet, if you can make out the lights of Fort Kearney, you can see it! Damn it! I mean, we can get it moving. We're not snowbound. You're just not trying hard enough, animals. I mean, god dang it, if you don't get moving through a blizzard soon, I'll be on you like a duck on a June bug. But at least it portrays that there has been snow on the ground because of the blizzard. So, good on you. Let me take a drink. So, yeah. I can imagine this sergeant, I assume, addressing me. Assume this is me. Where I'm addressing was like, hey, we were caught in a blizzard literally 1 mile from you. And how come you didn't come rescue us? You may never know, we could have died in the cold. What's the matter with you? And the sergeant would be like, don't you dare talk to me, maggot! You are a disgrace to my face! And then I'd be like, yes, sir. I don't know why I just went for the drill sergeant routine. But still, let's talk to some folks. A Fort soldier.
The trails from the jumping off places, Independence, St. Joseph, Council Bluffs, come together at Fort Kearny. This new fort was built by the U.S. Army to protect those bound for California and Oregon.
Some voice sounded a little familiar, though. Almost sounded like me slightly, with that other guy that you may know of in Oregon Trail, too. Big Louie again.
The Platte River Valley forms a natural roadway from Fort Kearny to Fort Laramie. Travelers bound for California, Utah, and Oregon all take this road. Could be the easiest stretch of the whole trip. Should see antelope and plenty of buffalo.
Plenty! A Fort Kearny scout.
The game is still plentiful along here, but getting harder to find. With so many overlanders, I don't expect it to last more than a few years. Folks shoot the game for sport, take a small piece, and let the rest rot in the sun.
Alrighty. Of course, there's just too many folks around. How's everybody doing? All doing good, I assume. I mean, I'm not here to buy food. I'm just looking around, browsing. But with that supply of yours and that price, it's better than good. But if I was to buy food, don't make me buy some of them crackers, because I had a bad experience with crackers last night. And then, of course, this has nothing to do with leading the dream that led me to playing chess with Darth Vader. But those crackers that my parents, well, particularly it's my mother who brings me groceries, those crackers that I have, I mean, come on. I understand it's a different brand, and they would tell you, oh, Lord Master, they're just the same. But, of course, my mother doesn't sound like that. I mean, I guess it's because I thought of that woman who's sitting on the rocking chair knitting, and I was reminded of that. Anyways, stick to the story, Lord Master. Yeah, these crackers, they may be a different brand, but they taste like crap slightly. Matter of fact, it's at a point where I'm like, hey, these are not graham crackers. They're crap crackers. Yeah, crap crackers. Worser, rottener, stupider. Like some of my people that I know of. Who's your people, Lord Master? You ain't got no people. You got friends, but you don't got people. Yeah. Right. I bought nothing. That's what I bought. Nothing. Shut up. How many days I want to rest? None. We're still in good condition. Let's go. Alright. What else do I have on my mind? Because sometimes I just... Ham Jacobs has the measles. Oh no. Get me the guidebook.
Various types of disease are common threats on the trail, especially during the second half of the journey as supplies run low or travelers become exhausted. Among these diseases are measles, cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. When members of your party fall ill, you would be wise to stop and rest for several days in order to aid their recovery.
Well, how are we supposed to know that? I mean, don't you know that one of them could have the bubonic plague? It could happen. Or smallpox. Lupus. Maybe lupus. Leprosy. I don't know. All these fancy diseases at that time. But hey, there will probably be some, I don't know. I mean, look, there's so many there's so many things.
The Columbus.
But I just want to stop that. It's like, look, I didn't know that this voice actress has the time to read all of these out loud in the recording studio. But I'm just gonna play one more, and it's this one because I didn't think they would have that here.
In 1846, a wagon train captained by George Donner set off on the Oregon Trail. After South Pass, they turned southwest toward California. But they were delayed in the Rockies and Great Salt Lake Desert and were blocked by winter snows in the Sierra Nevada. Half of them died, and the survivors resorted to cannibalism. To keep slow wagons moving, usually all you have to do is mention the Donner Party.
Keep slow wagons moving, just mention the Donner Party. So, if I were to tell them, Jacobs, do take care. Like if I were to tell them by say, Donner Party, then they go fast. Like that. Listen to the music, it's just gone a little faster than usual. Oh, God dang it. Blizzard again. On April 20th, so, well, we know what we have to do to pass the day when there's a blizzard about and we can't go anywhere. Anyway, slow it down. I just want to put this ox down if he's gonna be sick like that. Must have been the blizzard got the best of it. Anyways, so slow it down, make it easy. We just wanted to go at a grill place for a brief time just to yell Donner Party at them, and then they're like, oh crap. Well, anyways, Oh, the other day, no, last month. I want to say last month. Last month, yes. Yes, around November 11th to 12th, around there. I was watching an episode of Wheel of Fortune. I was watching Wheel of Fortune, and when they got to the final bonus round and whatnot, I'm glad you feel better. Now, let me tell the story. That when I was watching Wheel of Fortune, and then this person sounds like, okay, you got your letters, R-S-T-L-N-E, and then you say 3 more consonants and then a vowel. Then you got all this. Although it's one word, and it has 8 letters. And then after the time run out, I mean, look, most of the letters were revealed except for 2 of them, and I can immediately recognize that. And you know what that word was? Browsing. And I really chastised that person for not figuring out that it was browsing. It was the first time in a long time that I yelled at the TV. Just basically, think of any profane word of basically calling somebody a dumbass and all that sort of thing. And basically insulting a person's intelligence. I mean, I will not repeat it here because it's just too profane even for a Lord Master channel. Despite the fact I said a lot of silly but it's just far too profane for me to say it here. Well, we're almost to Chimney Rock though. Almost there.
We'll take
was just listening to the whole song because it just reminded me of, well, honestly, I prefer the British military or Australian or whatever version that they do over there. With different lyrics in the context, but it reminded me. I mentioned Australia. There's some friends of mine, and I find it rather odd. I don't think I ever mentioned it in past videos. Where a couple of my friends I met online from the Xbox One gaming world, especially of an Australian origin. Most of them were women, including one. Well, I don't want to name names, but I remember a group of 3 Australian ladies I met. They were all nice, but when they're in a party together, good God, they sound like cackling witches that they're plotting to do something with me. It's almost like I'm a man in a woman's world and they're going to do something rather funny to me. And I'll just go with it. I'm that kind of person. But anyways, and there was this other Australian girl I know of by the name of, oh, I'll say this name for once. Miss Rosie. I don't think she even watches my videos. I don't even know what she does other than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Before you say anything, let me finish here. And then, even though she's from Tasmania, and I know another Aussie girl who's from Tasmania. And for some reason, I've been having troubling differences because when I tell my friends about Tasmania, for some reason my mind says Tanzania first. You know Tanzania is an African country, right, Lord Massey? And Tasmania is an island south of Australia. And it kind of makes me wonder, why do some... look, I know this sounds a little bit... I don't know, man. Don't want to go too deep into that rabbit hole. But I'll just say, why do some of the prettiest, or dare say, sexiest girls of Australian origin tend to come from Tasmania? But then again, that's from personal experience for me. So don't get any smart ideas, alright? Anyways, Rebecca Sims, you got something to say?
I hear terrible stories about wagon parties running out of food before Oregon. The whole party starving to death. We must check our supplies often. We might not get there as soon as we think. Always plan for the worst, I say.
Always plan it. Calendar Hines.
Chimney Rock by moonlight is awfully sublime. Many Indians came to our wagon with fish to exchange for clothing. We bought a number. They understand swap and no swap. Seem most anxious to get shirts and socks.
On to Delano. I wonder what he sounds like.
About noon yesterday, we came inside of Chimney Rock, looming up in the distance like the lofty tower of some town. We did not tire gazing on it. It was about 20 miles from us, and stayed inside till we reached it today.
Quiet. So yes, Lord Master's had an interesting, you could say, look, outside of, Crusader Kings and Imperator to Rome, like whenever I play other games, especially Xbox and talking to friends, I really meet some really interesting group of people these days. Man, look at the guidebook indexed. They just have just about everything. He had measles earlier. So what is measles?
Measles is a highly contagious disease that usually strikes children, although adults can get it if they've never had it before. Its symptoms include fever, cold-like symptoms, such as a sore throat, and a splotchy red rash. If patients get good food and rest, they almost always recover after several days. If ignored, however, it can lead to pneumonia and death, especially among infants and the elderly.
Yeah, but thank goodness that Ham Jacobs survived. Can't wait to get you some moonshine by the end of this deal. Anyways, we've been eating up a lot of food lately, so... Fire! Oh, for a moment I thought I saw a tiger, but I think I'm seeing things. There. I don't like it here. Let's move to the other side. Because it doesn't leave enough room. Damn it! How did I miss that? Okay, this way. There's a little more room on the other side. Good! You're shooting excessively. 75 pounds? God dang it, where's the buffalo? This is buffalo country here. Come on. Oh, anyways. You got something to say, Lord Master? Oh, yes. Also, well, I'm gonna continue with this whole girl talk. What I mean is, you know, some of the other lady friends that I know of on the internet, including one that I'm currently dating. Yes, Lord Master's no longer single. Sorry, ladies, but however, I don't know if I'm really in a relationship 100% yet. Quiet before you play that rest of the music. Let me say something, you know, that's rather interesting. I had this idea in my head. It's like, gee, Lord Master, you meet so many women in your life. You must be a Casanova, aren't you? To a degree, yeah. But I don't often address that here in other places, except maybe here in the Oregon Trail, where I could just say whatever the hell I want without repercussions. At the most part. And I looked at the women I met over the years, and I thought to myself, why don't I just have a 2021 or 2022 calendar at some point? There's got to be an app somewhere where you could just create your own calendar, where you just post pictures of each month, a picture of each month that you get to put on. Because I would love to put all of my lady friends on it, and so that's when I came to the conclusion I would like to have that as an ideal calendar for myself. Forget about celebrities or swimsuit models or nature and all that stuff, but just have the, you know, the women that I known of and met over the years, because, you know, they're real people. Yeah, real people. Can't beat that. Yes, real. Now, let us continue with this. Oh boy. Let's go head straight down to the porcelain on this journey of hysteria. Ain't no hill for a climber. You know what this, well then again, that's gonna be until when I get my new computer. Like, when are you gonna go back to doing the Oregon Trail 2 or Oregon Trail 5th edition videos, since you haven't done those in a while? Once I get me a new computer, I mean, mind you, this Alienware laptop that I have here, you can't stick CDs in there. There's no such thing as that, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just let the new computer handle it, if I do get it by Christmas. Now, the Sioux Indian says,
The Pawnee are the mortal enemies of the Sioux. I would not hesitate to kill any Pawnee I met, but I have never killed a white man. All I ask from the white man is to leave me alone, and to leave my buffalo alone.
I don't think I ever shot one of the buffalo, so don't worry about it, bud. A woman traveler.
Be warned, stranger. Don't dig a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as the Platte River is, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband last week. Could use some help with this harness if you can spare the time.
What do I need a harness for? What the hell am I gonna do with that? Alright, look, I'm the kind of person that has this mentality where you can't make decisions in a vacuum. You gotta have information. Like, even when, my father tells me to do whatever task, even if it's a daunting one at that. Like, he tells me this, and I'm like, well, what's the reason? He says, just do it. And I'm like, no. I need information, please. That's how I operate. When it comes to decision making, when people tell me to do whatever task that needs to be done, and, well, give me the reason for it. I'm not going to do it until you give me the full reason. You just give me a full, educated discussion of the importance of the task. That, is it worth my time? Is it worth for me to get involved physically in order to get this done? Even though they want to tell me yes or no, or just do what you're told. No! That's not how I operate, and my hand hurts right now since I just slammed it on the edge of my desk, so ow. Anyways, a mountain man.
These greenhorns heading across the Rockies know nothing about surviving in the mountains. It gets awful cold up there, even in summer. Many a traveler crossing the mountains too late in the year has gotten snowbound and died.
I don't know why, but as I got a good look at this mountain man here, who is clearly, that Fort Kearney Scott that we met earlier, doesn't that face of his look like a busted can of biscuits? And I just snickered a bit because of the man, the way he looks. Although we're rationing it to meager meals. Yes, I know. We can't hunt around here. Because, well, we're about to hunt in this moment because I recall in the other Oregon Trail videos, other Oregon Trail games I should say, what comes after Fort Laramie? If you just stop right here, that is where Register Cliff is supposed to be. The place where hunters go to die. Because it's where I often get mauled or bitten by either a mountain lion or bear. It happens every time. 60% of the time. And it doesn't help when you see dry conditions around here. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Come on, give me a big 'em. Sorry, I had to go full automatic mode with this rifle. Don't waste so damn much. Because don't you know how many bullets you have left? Well, plenty. Otherwise, I'll tell you what, look at this. Meager meals. Hey, is there a guidebook that says something about rationing? Rations, 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 rations. No. Does not say anything about rations. Muck or father. Go. Buck Johnson has broken a leg. Sounds about right, because in his day, the man was like a glass cannon. Like, no matter how big or strong that Buck Johnson looked, well, anytime he does something, he's injury prone. That's what we mean by glass cannon. So we're just trying to conserve our food here. Sons of bee waxes. And we're doing good health. Come on, keep moving. Ah! Buck Johnson died of typhoid. Damn it! There was a lot of potential in old Buck, but I guess we'll never get it out of old Buck. But, well, what can you say? The man broke his leg and then he got sick and died suddenly. 2 days after the fact. The hell? Stop! Stop right there. Well, Buck Johnson. I told you he was a glass cannon. I meant that physically. But I didn't think a disease would be the end of him. Man. This is just... I don't know. I don't know, man. That was shocking, really. But, anyways, let this big bowl of bullshit continue. Anybody here? Remember, you got less than 2 minutes. Okay, that's one. Okay. There we go. Looking good. I was trying to get a scroll at the end. Man, why is everybody skinny these days? Can't wait to get some big ups soon. Like bears and such. Bernard Tadpole is sick with the typhoid fever. Oh, we gotta stop that. That's how Buck Johnson died. Anyways, what is typhoid? Rest in peace, Alex Trebek, because, you know, just for saying that phrase immediately reminded me of Jeopardy. And we know that he has since passed, so rest in peace, Alex Trebek. And also, I want to say rest in peace to another person who I mentioned before in some of my past Oregon Trail videos. And I know that's old news, but I'd want to say it here, and that's rest in peace, Regis Philbin. I mentioned your name about once or twice in one of my older Oregon Trail videos. And now, I guess I'll never get to meet you. Good man. Anyways, typhoid fever.
Typhoid is a serious disease caused by a bacterial infection of the bloodstream. It's usually spread by contaminated food or water. Early symptoms include fever, headache, and weakness, later followed by a red rash. Often there's also diarrhea, nose bleeding, and coughing. Good food, water, and rest help in recovery, which may take several weeks. Untreated, it can lead to massive organ failure and death.
Buck Johnson's broken leg didn't help. Stop! Stop, gods dang it! Why do I keep saying gods? You're not pagan, Lord Master. This is what you get for playing too much of Imperator Rome. Playing as a Hellenic country. Anyways. Fill up the larders. I'm gonna go hunting. We're gonna give this son of a bitch some good food. And as well as we rest. This land's desolate. Okay, we'll rest for 4 days then. Because that's recommended to some. Now we go again. Okay. That's his health. Deceased. Bernard T. has got the typhoid still. Putting the T in typhoid. Oh, stop that, Lord Master. Stop saying such silly Otherwise, you're gonna get the bogeyman. Not boogeyman. The bogeyman. I mean, this is kind of creepy right now. It's May 19th. It's foggy. And you mentioned the bogeyman. Let me tell you who the bogeyman was. He is a golfer who likes to hit... No. I think he would just throw off the golfer's game if they happen to get a bogey, a trip... Damn it, you jumped ahead. If he gets a bogey, a double bogey, or a triple bogey. And then it gets worse from there until, you know, he's ran out of strokes. And then that's it. And otherwise, you know, the bogeyman's gonna come after you and mess up your whole game and often in golf. Matter of fact, that immediately reminded me when my brother, my real life brother, we used to play Wii Sports. And one of the things we often play, well, we've often played all of them, but one stood out to me, and that's golf. Where I remember the instances where my brother, when he gets angry, if he misses the hole during a putt, like he couldn't make the par, and then he got angry, so he decides to bring his driver, a driver club, and swing that son of a bitch out of here. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. Oh boy. Anyways, come on. Otherwise, let's just hope that Bernard Tadpole's gonna get better. Otherwise, he's gonna get a broken leg, and he'll be having peg leg feet. No grass for the oxen. Unfortunate. Alright, Bernard. The bogeyman, the bogeyman. Shut up! Get moving. Again, I have many plans ahead for the Lord Master channel upcoming, such as more videos of Imperator Roma and Crusader Kings with the ongoing series of Thebes, Bosnia, and and even the upcoming Athens series for the next update of Paratorum, which will probably come in January or whenever that update comes. I know it's not going to be in December. Anyways, we're in Independence Rock.
Oh, I'm a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that old world to which I go. I'm going back to meet my mother. I'm going back, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
Alright, good song. The young boy says,
I carved my name way up the side of Independence Rock, near the top. There are hundreds of names up there. The oldest ones were carved by mountain men and fur trappers. Famous names like Fremont, Bonneville, and DeSmet.
and Earl T. Drummond.
Oh,
Rebecca Sims again.
No butter or cheese or fresh fruit since Fort Laramie. Bless me, but I'd rather have my larder full of food back east than have our names carved on that rock. Well, 'tis a sight more cheery than all the graves we passed.
Yeah, like Buck Johnson. Rest in peace. Big Louie.
Goodbye, Platte River. Goodbye, sand hills and white buffalo skulls. Now we climb the Sweetwater Valley to cross the Continental Divide at South Pass. Once across the Rockies, we'll make a steep descent into the Green River Valley.
oh, I'm a poor.
Okay, Independence Rock. Tell me.
Independence Rock is an important landmark and resting place along the Oregon Trail. It's a large natural formation, almost 200 feet tall, made of soft stone, into which many travelers and traders have carved their names, initials, or brief messages. It gets its name from the fact that, in order to stay on schedule, travelers try to reach it no later than July 4th, Independence Day.
Yeah, that's good to know. Can we go hunt? Oh, come on. Not even landmarks, too, when there's too many people around? Mucker father. Let's see if we can, trade for something. Hey, does anybody got, $50? Sure, I'll trade you $50. What? That's a calling. No! Get out of here! Let's go hunt. This is good, fertile country here. Now we got oak here, so this will definitely provide a lot of meat. To the other side. Damn it, damn it. There we go. Go here. That should be good enough, right? Woohoo! But he can only carry 200 pounds. Now we're getting somewhere. And it's very rainy. And you cannot hunt in a rainstorm, which is total bull. Anyways. Let's just hope we don't get caught in a severe thunderstorm and bring down fucking fog. And I was expecting something else, like we would get caught in a vortex of bullshit. Yeah, a vortex of bullshit. That's a hell of a way of putting it, Lord Master. But anyways, what else do we got? I mean, already I've been spitting words. I mean, don't go as far as becoming that one time that I saw a profane parrot. You heard me right, a profane parrot. A parrot that says a lot of profanity. Like, for example, rest, stop. Like, for example, which, by the way, is Bernard not deceased? Okay, just checking. Actually, you can hit a timeout here instead of just hitting that rest button. Anyways, A profane parrot, yes. You know, parrots can talk or mimic things that people say or do, but, well, more say than do for parrots. They're birds, you know. Where, you know, just think of any curse word that you could think of what a parrot could say, and you would just be laughing at nonsense. But for me, one stood out to me. I mean, the parrot gave me a good look at it, and then some other person came in, even though he looks like a very normal person, you know, normal and everything, doing normal people things, and the parrot just looks at that guy and just says, "What? Fuck the Nazis!" Yeah, and then they'll be like, "What?" And I'm like, he's like, "Did he stutter?" And he's what? Did he stutter? Okay, so I mean, I don't know where you get that first one, and then that one got me the other, and then I just Oh, by the way, this was all in a dream, not real life. Forgot to mention that this was a dream. Sorry to disappoint to some of you. And I'm disappointed that 13 pounds of food was due to spoilage because too bad we don't have Fat Boy over here, who's now dead. I mean, I imagine Buck Johnson being a big guy, but... Well, to be fair, I used to be a fat boy. 242 some odd pounds at my heaviest back in February of 2015. Now I'm 123 pounds. I don't even know what I weigh anymore. I know I'm in 120 still. I haven't really lost or gained big time. I'm kind of like stuck there. Can't get any more skinnier, and I can't gain any more weight because if I try to do that on purpose, the body's going to regurgitate. But anyways, we're here in South Pass. Obviously you can't hunt here. Don't you see how many people there are in front of you? So, yeah. Get moving, you pencil neck geeks. A Mormon traveler.
My family and I traveled with 40 other families to the valley of the Great Salt Lake to seek religious freedom. Back east, Mormons are persecuted. In Utah, we'll join together to build a new community, changing desert into farmland.
Good luck with those endeavors. I'm going to Oregon, not Utah. And Arapaho Indian says,
When the white man first crossed our lands, their wagons were few. Now they crowd the trail in great numbers. The land is overgrazed with their many animals. Do any white men still live in the East? My people talk of moving.
Also, by the way, that's the second time I said Indian, so let's be more correct. They're Native Americans. And if you're going to address somebody who's an Indian, well, make sure that they're from India or of Indian descent that is from over there. And it doesn't matter if they are Hindus, Jains, or Buddhists. I mean, trust me, I know a lot about India because I'm a big Indophile who's into, all things India, be it their movies, TV, and history. I mean, trust me, there's evidence of that in my Lord's Master channel. Check out the 2 series in the past, Crusader Kings 2 Chola, and the recent Crusader Kings 3 Suna Yadava. Trust me, I like it. Anyways, young girl, what do you got to say?
My father is very sick, and we are resting here until he gets better. We have been pushing too hard, and our health has suffered. When my father is able to travel again, we will go at a slower pace.
What are you talking about? I've always been going slow, and yet some of my guys still got sick. Life ain't fair, girl. Life ain't fair. Hey, jackass, there's nothing to buy here. And you can't hunt here. Don't you see how many people there are? I'm thinking about going to Fort Bridger to buy me supplies. Why did you say buy supplies? Otherwise, the last time I heard of a stammer was... Oh, let me tell you this. Once we get to Fort Bridger. Or Let the Fog. Okay, I'll tell it here then. You know what song was stuck in my head this past Saturday? Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood. That song was stuck in my head throughout the entire day. And when I listened to the lyrics of the song, I've come to the realization, you know what? That's a Lord Master song right here. What George was describing here, that song, kind of sounds like the way he would describe Lord Master as a personality. Yeah, a real badass. Of sorts. But that's in other games, so definitely not here in the Oregon Trail. Come on, get moving! Don't make me pick up the pace now. Hey, somebody left your wagon tongue and wheels. An axle. Can I get it? That reminds me. I don't think we've ever broken a single wagon part. I had a real bad experience of broken parts in the last trail game. Hello? Anybody here? I don't see anyone here. Quick, steal their stuff. We're gonna get out of here. Buy, buy, buy. Sell, sell, sell. Anyways, a tired woman.
One child drowned in a swollen creek east of Fort Laramie. My husband died of typhoid near Independence Rock. Now I travel alone with my 5 children. The eldest, Caleb, is 11. I fear he'll be a man before we reach Oregon.
What do you mean by that? A trader says.
This fort was built by Jim Bridger. Jim was a mountain man before he put in this blacksmith shop and a small store to supply the overlanders. Does a big trade in horses, Jim and his partner Vasquez.
Yes, sir. Rebecca Sims, hey.
We should have taken the sublet cutoff. Not enough at this fort worth the time it took to get here, and the outrageous prices. Food's not fit to eat, much less pay for. Some folks would sell the clothes off our backs if we'd let them.
So you're saying that this place is crap? Let me check the price. Oh yeah, I can understand that. Can I get another 5? What the hell? 500? Oh, that's not enough. Okay, 450 then. Still not enough. Okay, 430. God dang it! Okay, fine. 380. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, just 400 then. 420. Okay, 410. 15. 14. There you go. You got it. You got it, Ace. Let's get out of here. Okay, Thimblenuts. Let's hunt again. Yes, I called myself Thimblenuts. Just pretty much tells you the state that I'm in. Okay, that's enough. You got it. 231 pounds, and you only bring back 200 pounds of meat. Doot, doot, doot. Hey, Pegleg Smith is not here. Cut that out. Alright. So, we're about to reach the halfway point, and we lose a quarter pounds of food. Quarter pounds? What do you mean quarter pounds? You don't know how to do math. You don't know how to do math, Lord Master. Cut that out. I mean, seriously, Lord Master, are you getting mentally stupider at this point? Speaking of mentally stupider, Bernard Tadpole was lost for 2 days. It took 2 days to find that goof. I mean, gods dang it. If one of my real life friends, you mean your friends on the Xbox, yeah. If they were like that too, and I would get angry, and if they're in competition or playing something online, and I would be like, well, I hope they lose and die forever. But they're my friends. So, he got lost for 2 days. And while we were waiting for Bernard to come back, we found some wild fruit. Just to pass the time. So there you go. And we found some more wild fruit. I guess this is fertile country that we're in now. As we're on our way to the Green River crossing. I'm maybe considering picking up the pace of it. Of course. Yeah. Let's do it now. Strenuous pace from then on out. Bad water. Come on, hurry up and get to the damn river. I don't want to go to the grueling pace, otherwise there's going to be injuries. You know, or exhaustion. Which can definitely happen to them, you know. It could. No grass again. What do you mean again? This is the first time. Damn it, Lord Master. Green River Crossing. Looks more like Blue River. Well, Bull, you went through the Lake Blue River from way back when. You know, I don't think, let me see. We lost Buck Johnson. Bernard Tadpole got two things twice. Ham Jacobs once had some, so Horace J. Muggs, he hasn't gotten any. Yeah. Horace J. Muggs, you must be a lucky sumbit to be doing that. Anyways, a Shoshone one says,
when wagons first started coming through here, we did not mind. We even found it good to trade game and fish with the travelers and help them cross the rivers. Now there are too many white men and too little land for grazing.
My apologies. I thought you were a woman. I'm very, very sorry. It's the long hair and the... I mean, the decoration I can understand. I mean, it's supposed to look Shoshone, but that I thought you were a woman. Oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. And that's what Big Louie would say. I mean, before he actually speaks, he would be telling me, do not do shit you don't know how to do. Best advice from anyone. Do not do shit you don't know how to do. Heed those words, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Big Louie, you got something to say here?
$5 to ferry us over the Green River? Those ferrymen will make $100 before breakfast. We'll keep downriver until we find a place to ford our wagon and animals. What little money we have left, we'll keep.
Oh, by the way, how much? Ah! Actually, try that again, Lord Master. Do it like Jerry Lawler. It's like, you must cross the river. This point is 400 feet across and 40 feet deep. Ah! What? Look at this! Hey, can you stop that? Oh, no voice over here? Okay, yeah. How much? What? $5, 2 days. I ain't got that money. Hey, anybody got $5? $5? No, not 50, $5. Sorry, but nobody's got $5. What? Are these people here broke? They spend it all back east, or even that crap-ass Ford Bridger? Come on, there should be gonna be somebody here. $5. There's gotta be $5. $5. Oh, no. Okay, third time, and I will caulk a wagon and float it so everyone can die. Oh my gosh, you cheapskates. Okay, how about at least $4? That's a hard bargain. Okay. I needed one more dollar. Anybody with a dollar? Anybody got a dollar? Oh my god! This is insanity, alright? I mean, seriously, someone's gotta have $1. We could sucker this guy. Oh, these 3 pounds of food? These are perishable foods that can be spoiled if he doesn't eat any. Sucker? 3 days? What? You said 2 days. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry that you gotta wait 3 days, alright? Because, you know, you were just wasting time looking for money. So, and because of this, more wagons gotta cross. So now you gotta wait in line. And no cutting on the line here. Everybody's gotta take a ferry, one at a time. Now, stay back and enjoy your 3 days rest. Fine, I'll take it. Bastard. Oh, thank you. And we came across the river, and what's ahead of us? No water. Great. There's the river, and there's the alleged no water country. All you need is one. Alrighty. Now we can keep going. We're off to Soda Springs. Gods dang it. No water again. Oh, damn. It's not a quarter pounder, you jackass. They don't, just because you think of a quarter, that wrong travel 5 days. Well, it was raining very heavily. We couldn't see much before we realized we were going the wrong way, so that's justified. It wasn't by our own stupidity. And we got another delay. Okay, we'll wait it out for the fog. And we found some wild fruit on the 4th of July. God bless America. No. Do it correctly, Lord Master, since you had a habit of doing. God's bless America. If there was such thing as American paganism. Anyways, let's go get some soda from Soda Springs. Soda. Anybody got some soda? I don't know why we say the word soda, as in a literal drink the soda out of the said springs. Where did the word soda come from, I wonder? I mean, maybe the guidebook will tell us. I was about to say, maybe I should look it up on Wikipedia. But then again, who am I to judge? You know, those pages or articles often get edited. Because, you know, they said, oh no, this must be this. And the facts say, oh no, I think there's probably more correct information because of the original sources. Well, let's see what does the guidebook have to say. Guidebook lady.
Soda Springs is an important landmark and stopping off point along the trail. It gets its name from the alkaline, sodium, mineral springs you find there. Some travelers separate from the Oregon Trail at this point and head southwest to California. Others wait until they get to Fort Hall before going on the California Trail.
Yeah, the little cutoff there, that would be Hudspeth cutoff, right? Hudspeth cutoff, are you sure? Because I'm using Oregon Trail 2, Oregon Trail 5th edition memories. Anyway, sodium. Of course. That's where the name soda comes from. Miles Hendricks, what do you got?
I've heard it said that there are many cutoffs to take to shorten the journey.
Adjusting.
That by taking all the shortcuts, you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
Why you sound so discreet? Hey.
My, the Soda Springs are so pretty. Seem to spout at regular intervals. Felt good to just rest and not be jostled in a wagon all day. When I get to Oregon, I'll have a soft feather bed and never sleep in a wagon again.
Why do you sleep in a wagon? You know people sleep on the ground, right? If you got a blanket or something to cover the ground so you don't let bugs crawl on you or whatnot, and then you know, some folks would even carry mattresses entirely because, you know, people bring their furniture. If you can even fit a fucking mattress in a wagon, I mean, look at the thing. Can you imagine putting a mattress in that wagon? Anyways, young boy.
My job every day is to find wood for the cook fire. Sometimes it's very hard to find enough, so I store extra pieces in a box under the wagon. On the prairie, I gathered buffalo chips to burn when there wasn't any wood.
Right. God dang it. You won't let me hunt here in the springs. Now let's go kill a few more before we get down to Fort Hall, which is a fun... God dang it. God dang it. Oh, which is a fun place to be in. Okay, that's enough. Quit shooting so rapidly. Fort Hall, hell yeah, son.
Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? I'll skip to my loo, my darling. Loo, skip to my loo, skip to my loo. Loo is truer than you. Skip to my loo, my darling.
I prefer the Peg Leg Smith version better, if you recall some of the older Oregon Trail videos of mine. As I stated before, I prefer the Peg Leg Smith version. Okay, Hendrix.
Well, friend, this is where we part. I'm bound for California with an imposing desert to cross. And you've got the Snake River to cross, which I hear is no picnic. Write us, you or the missus, just as soon as you reach Oregon.
Yeah. You can go over there. Hey, Rebecca.
Here there's mountain sheep
Becky.
around here. Enough water, too, but hardly a stick of wood. Thank heaven for Fort Hall. But I'm real sorry to be saying goodbye to Cousin Miles and all the folks heading for California.
One more. Fellow traveler. Cheapskate.
Fort Hall is a busy fort. The wide stretches of meadow grass here are just what our tired animals need. As for me, I'll fix up the wagon leaks. Amanda's real anxious to wash all the clothes and linens in one of those clear streams.
I don't know why, but the way that guy looks, he kind of reminds me of John Rhys Davis as Gimli, well, Lord of the Rings trilogy. Seriously, he kind of reminds me of him a little. Because, you know, the stature, the beard, all that. Except, you know, the hair, long hair. I mean, Gimli had long hair, but he's got short hair. Don't know what made me thought of that, but it did. But anyways, before we get out of here, encore.
What'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? I'll skip to my loo, my darling. Loo, skip to my loo, skip to my loo. Loo is truer than you. Skip to my loo, my darling.
We got all the food, we got all the food, 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 food.
Loo, skip to my loo, skip to my loo. Loo is truer than you. Skip to my loo, my darling.
Yeah, I remember the Peg Leg Smith version, even though he would also continue on by saying, DJ Peg Leg Smith, I'm doing the chicken dance. I mean, seriously, Fort Hall's a fun place to be. I mean it, seriously. It's like a riot on a set of Hee Haw. Ah, that's a hell of a reference, huh? Hee Haw, that old TV show, which I never seen a single episode of it, but I know of it. Because this was obviously way before my time. Because, you know, I'm an old school person. I classify myself as old school, despite the fact that I was born in 1992. As I'm, as of this day of recording, 28 years old. I'm 28 today. Now we got bad water. Oh, don't put the food in the water. You don't dip it. It doesn't sweeten it. You idiots! Idiot. grass for the oxen, of course. Inadequate grass, as they would say in the original Oregon Trail. Snake River's gonna kick our ass, you know. There's a potential death coming up. Not from bad water, if anybody doesn't drink that shit.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri. Farewell, my love, I'm bound to leave you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you. Away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri.
You see, I let the music play it here because I have respect. Anyways, do tell us about Snake River Crossing for once.
After leaving Fort Hall, the trail follows the Snake River for hundreds of miles. The Snake River gets its name from the way it twists and turns through this rugged country, sometimes through steep gorges. But the trail is fairly flat, though dry and desolate, near the river, which makes wagon travel possible. Crossing the Snake River, however, can be very dangerous.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, Shenandoah.
Everybody's got fair health, but that's due to the paces we've been changing from steady to strenuous. I'm not going to increase it any further, just make it as it is. A frantic wife, what's the matter with you?
It says right here in the Shively guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you at the crossings of the Snake River, it being dangerous if not perfectly understood. But my husband insists on crossing without a guide.
Then your husband must be a total wacko. I try not to say the word idiot or dumbass or anything like that, though. Or I just want to say something really funny. But anyways, Overlander.
Down there between those steep lava gorges, twisting and writhing, is the Snake River. So much water, and so hard to get to. We've got many miles of desert before Oregon, so be sure to fill your water kegs at the crossing.
Big Louie.
See that wild river? That's the Snake. Many a craft's been swamped in her foaming rapids. Her waters travel all the way to Oregon. We'll be crossing her soon, and then again after Fort Boise. Take care at the crossing.
Take care of yourself. I guess we'll hire it since they keep saying it's dangerous, as it's 1,000 feet across and 12 feet deep, so 2 sets of clothing. You know, we haven't had any tip overs, significant tip overs, or wagon breaks or anything like that, but hey, you know, these are Buck Johnson's clothes, so do take it. The man was a glass cannon. Had no trouble floating across as our health has become poor, every single one of us. So let's hunt here and then we'll rest here for about 3 days. 3 different animals. 3 days we go rest. I was about to say we go travel. Of course, this happens a lot when you got perishable foods in your storage. Lost the trail for a day. Okay, I can do that, but even though that guy Is that what a wagon driver is supposed to look like? I mean, seriously, that guy looked like a mentally disabled frog. That's a hell of a way of describing it. While we were lost, we found some wild fruit. How come we always find fruit whenever we get lost? Of course. Oh, god dang it! I thought we were going to go through the entire trail without any of that happening. Hey, I'm a blacksmith. I can fix it. Oh, god dang it. It's so broke that we had to replace it. Thought we were going to go through the whole trail without a single wagon break. It would have been grand.
On top of old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover for courting too slow. On top of old Smoky, I sit and I sigh. I lost my true lover, and that's why I cry.
Okay, anybody here? A trader with 6 mules. Where'd you get those 6 mules?
You'll not get your wagon over them blue mountains, mister. Leave it. Cross your goods over with pack animals. Get yourself a couple of good mules. Pieces of wagons litter the trail, left by them folks who don't heed good advice.
I wish I had a big old set of pack mules. But I'm thinking Yukon Trail. Cut that out. Oh.
On top.
Which, by the way, before you say anything, Rebecca Sims, by the way, I've been getting an awful lot of views for one of my old Yukon Trail videos, which, in fact, when I check on the analytics on my YouTube channel, it's often ranked number 3 or 4 of, well, somewhere along there, of the last 28 days of the amount of views that the video's been getting. And the Yukon, easy for me to say, the Yukon Trail video, the return to the Klondike, that's what the video was called. I've been getting a lot of views on that, and I found out why. When I typed in the search the Yukon Trail, that video of mine is often on near the very top, and I appreciate that. So it's good that's to have some notoriety. Anyways, Rebecca, you got something to say?
At every fort along the trail, prices have been higher than at the previous fort. This is outrageous. They're taking advantage of us. If I had the chance to do it again, I'd buy more supplies in Independence.
Well, I erased everything. Jacob Hofstad, that's your name?
Every night, even though I ache from the day's toils, my head is filled with dreams of the rich farmland of the Willamette Valley. I will build myself a fine, handsome homestead, and I'm certain I'll be rich within 5 years.
Well, I hope you do well, businessman, if that's what you're trying to go for. Okay, I was just looking at my phone to see if my... Shut up! Anyways, I'm not playing it. It's just I wanted to stop that music for a moment. We'll get moving in a sec. Right. I had something else in my mind, but I lost my train of thought. But keep going. I'm sure as we travel along, something should come up. Hopefully in a good way. Not the usual crap. And by the way, I think you're going close to, rough trails soon. Yeah, got some wild fruit once again. At least we didn't get lost this... God dang it! Why does the fruit pop up every time we get an unfortunate event? There's something suspicious about this fruit. Where we always find wild fruit. Matter of fact, here's a warning right now. If you see wild fruit on a country wild something bad happened or has happened, run. But piece of advice right now, people. If you're gonna go out hiking or whatever, and they'll be like, "Ooh, look, there's wild fruit," and they'll be like, "No, don't touch it! Something bad's gonna happen to one of us, or one of them, or something that has happened," and it'll be like, it's like a person gets like, "Oh, I twisted my ankle," and it's like, "Hold on, I gotta find something." "Oh, look, fruit." And they'll be like, "Oh, that's strange. You know, we find this here." I'm starting to think this trail is slightly cursed. Yep, I'm convinced it is cursed. Anyways, dysentery. Dysentery.
Dysentery is an inflammation of the intestines that can be caused by bacteria, internal parasites, or chemical poisons spread by contaminated food or water. Its symptoms include abdominal pain and severe diarrhea. Death can result from dehydration or blood poisoning. Rest and good water are important for recovery, although it can recur chronically for a long period of time.
Now, why did dysentery become a meme? I mean, died of dysentery become a meme? I mean, I get memes, it's just... Damn. That's what happens when people die of dysentery? I mean, I can understand it's the diarrhea part is what makes, you know, so, but... Still. But then again, that's just me being a realist. It's not a part of my personality, me being a realist. Stop! Let me go hunt. That's the reason why I just stopped. Go somewhere. You'll find bigger animals soon. Instead of that little idiot animals. There you go, 200. Yay! Now, let us go to the Grande Ronde. Yes, we know.
Tell me the tales that to me were so dear. Long, long ago, long, long ago. Sing me the songs I delighted to hear. Long, long ago, long ago. Now you are come, all my grief is removed. Let me forget that so long have you rode. Let me believe that you love as you said, long, long ago, long ago.
That tune immediately reminds me every town I go visit early on in the Oregon Trail 2 or Oregon Trail 5th edition playthrough. And like you just go enter some towns and you go shop around for some additional stuff that they do not have on the starting towns. And you'd meet some people, including guys like... Oh, I hope I gone through Joe if I mentioned his name, but Mr. Albright or Mr. Dwiggins, whatever his name is, you know, who runs the stables. You know, that balding goof. Or that guy with the knife where he says, "Hey, watch where you're going. What do you think? You own the place?" Or he's like, "Say, you're not from around here, are you?" Which he has a very interesting facial hair. Yep, that song conjures up such memories. Oh, and the occasional wanted signs, including Nasty Jack Finley and all that. Anyways, tired overlander.
Since crossing the Snake at Fort Boise, it's been just mountains and desert. Dust deeper each day. 6 inches at times. No tracks, just clouds of dust. Many cattle choked on the dust after swimming the river, then bled and died.
Marnie Stewart.
We followed the edge of the desert from Fort Boise to the forbidding wall of the Blue Mountains. The hills were dreadful steep. Locking both wheels and coming down slow, we got down safe. Poor animals. No grass or water for days.
One more. Jacob.
This valley of the Grand Ronde is the most beautiful sight I've seen in months. Water and graze in abundance. And if this valley is so fine, the Willamette must be twice as fine. We'll be sitting pretty in our new homestead.
Mighty fine valley you got there. That's what I'll be saying once we get to the Willamette. For Walla Walla or the Dalles? Walla Walla. Again, I'm not doing any more of these coin flips at this time because time constraints. Come on, hurry up. Hold on. Excuse me. Right. What else do we got coming up in the future, the Lore Master? Oh yeah, eventually I gotta put the gods dang... You said gods again. Put together the Battlefront 2 montage, which would be the second and quite possibly the final montage, since I don't play enough of that game. I mean, it's in the process, it's just I need more clips to be recorded. Which the other night I was really kicking ass on Battlefront 2, whether I was playing as either Darth Vader or Count Dooku on the dark side, or Anakin and Rey on the light side. I mean, I've done very well. But it's better than good. That's young mother. You are no longer a young girl, now you're a young mother. You just got a child or something?
I've traveled in fear of Indians since our journey began. As of yet, we've seen few. Those we met helped us cross rivers or sold us vegetables. Still, I fear. I've read grave markers and heard stories of killings in these mountains.
Never thought I would see the word killings in this game. Amy Witherspoon.
My cousin Catherine was one of 6 children orphaned and left at Whitman's mission. Lived with them for 3 years, until the massacre last November. She has survived snake bites, stampedes, falls, fights, not to mention a massacre.
Yow. One more. Caius.
You ask about the Whitman massacre. I ask you why Dr. Whitman's medicine did not cure my people's children. Many caught the measles from the strangers. Why did the medicine poison our children and cure the children of white people?
I don't want to get into that discussion. It's not my call. It's controversial, so keep away from that. This is a nice, fancy place you got here. It almost looks like it's a setting of a bar or something, but no, this is a Fort Walla Walla General Store. I mean, can you imagine if a fight were to broke out here like as if it was a bar? I mean, good God, huh? They'll be flying all over the place. It'll be like a demolition derby with clown cars. Just only me and my 10 cents. So, we're almost there, even though we're having poor health, but... you know what? Let's have a week's rest. Just restore the health a bit and... Oh no. Something bad's gonna happen. Okay, maybe that was an auspicious sign. That Ham Jacobs is well again. I forgot he was sick. I forgot about that. Honestly. I forgot that he had dysentery. Oh, god dang it. I told you the fruit was a harbinger of something to come. Surprised you never gone the rough trail, because that would typically happen around this area that we've come across here. So, please rest. Stop. We need to get Ham Jacobs cured. Oh no! No! The fruit! It's a sign of things to come. Something might happen very soon, but we don't know when. What? The fruit was there. Maybe that was it. Or was it this? That's what it is! We didn't realize that we took the wrong trail and lost for 3 days. I told you there's something about that fruit! It's like the apple of discord. Or whatever they had in the goddamn Trojan and War epic cycle. No! Wait, no. You're overreacting. The fruit pops up when after the bad things have happened, not ahead of it. There. Made it to the Dows. Muck or fudder, we made it. But we still got one more obstacle to go. Come on. Sorry, I was just hitting at something. Mountain Man.
These last 100 miles to the Willamette Valley are the roughest. Either rafting down the swift and turbulent Columbia River or driving your wagon over the steep Cascade Mountains. Hire an Indian guide if you take the river.
Okay, stop right there. Alright, guidebook lady.
The Dalles is the chief embarkation point for rafts heading down the Columbia River toward the Willamette Valley. It was named by French fur trappers who likened the deep, stony river gorge to a huge gutter. In French, the word dalles can refer to gutters or flagstones. Emigrants to Oregon often stop here to rest and trade before rafting down the Columbia.
It's good to know. Does anybody say anything about Barlow Toll Road? What is that like?
Emigrants who don't want to raft down the Columbia River can take the Barlow Toll Road. It was cut in 1845 by Samuel Barlow, who obtained a grant from the territorial legislature to charge a toll for its use. Passing through rough, mountainous terrain, it runs from the Dalles to the Willamette Valley. It's a difficult 90 miles, but many prefer it to rafting.
Do they now? Well, did they say anything about rafting here? Or anything like that? Matter of fact, Oregon City or Willamette Valley, is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference between the two. I just want to hear two more, then we'll go.
The Willamette Valley is the goal of most emigrants to Oregon. The Willamette River flows north into the Columbia River, running parallel to the Pacific coast, only about 50 miles to the west. The river has created a wide, fertile valley with some of the best soil in Oregon. That, plus the mild climate and plenty of rainfall, makes it ideal farming country.
And next to it is Oregon City.
Oregon City is the capital and one of the largest towns of the Oregon Territory. It sits at the end of the Barlow Toll Road at the north end of the Willamette Valley, just south from where the Willamette flows into the Columbia. Many immigrants settle within a few miles of Oregon City, though others head for less crowded, unclaimed land farther south.
Yeah, say thank you. No. I got no money, but what happens if I do take the Barlow Toll Road? You don't have enough money for the Barlow Toll Road. You have to raft down the Columbia River. Okay, fine. I'll raft down the Columbia River. I'll hold it. Didn't realize the speed of it. Now remember, don't hit anything. Look at the guy. Over here. Look at this guy, the way he just moves it. It's like, okay, move it then. Oh shit. Okay, stop that nonsense right now. You're not gonna hit it. You're not gonna hit it. Okay. Don't jinx it, alright? You've done too well for a blacksmith. It's not gonna hit us. It's not gonna hit us. It's not gonna hit us. We made it down the river. It was the world's easiest rafting. Why do people think it's so hard? And yet they take the Barlow Toll Road if they can afford it. Anyways, we made it down the river. Congratulations. Congratulations, you've reached the Willamette Valley, Lord Master. How was it during your experience of the Oregon Trail like this? Well, let me tell you something. That was just some wild, and then also, speaking of wild, stay away from wild fruit. It's a harbinger of bad things to come, or the things that have already happened. I want you to stay away from that fruit. If I see a single fruit in the Willamette Valley, I'm gonna go back east. No bull. I am going back east. This place, and all that. If I see a single fruit in this valley. Well, what if it's fruit being grown by people? Oh, that doesn't count. That's imported. There's a difference between dried fruit and wild fruit. Anyways. Alright, you made it on the Oregon Trail list of legends. You arrived on September 1st, 1848 and received this many points. Lost one ox. Only we didn't break too much of the wagon. We only had once. 10 cents means nothing. And blacksmith bonus, and then there's your score. No thank you. So I was ranked number 4. Wow, that was good. Almost to adventurer too, which is probably have to reach the 4,000 to become an adventurer. That was a hell of a playthrough. Very entertaining, I may add. But hey, there's that name I recognized. Here. Anyways, so, yes, that was the Oregon Trail, ladies and gentlemen. It was the first time I've done this in 3 months. And it's also the first time I've done it here on the laptop because it doesn't run well on my old computer anymore, which I'm expected to get a new one. Desktop computer, which by the way, remember, desktop, personal use. Alienware laptop, game. Remember that. But anyways, so for the future of the Oregon Trail, it is still up in question. Which again, I have a habit of doing every once in 3 months. But I can't deny that we did a lot of things here. But it was a wild and woolly party. And even though, rest in peace, Buck Johnson. And oh, by the way, let me warn you people real quick. Stay away from the fruit. And tell that dog to stay away from the fruit. The ox should not eat the fruit, and the buffalo too, even though they don't understand it. Stay away from the fruit. That fruit's gonna get you. Wait a minute, Lord Master. What are you talking about? Lord Master, what are you talking about? The fruit that you eat. Think of it. You eat bananas every night, if available. And you also, what did you have for breakfast? I think I had Fruit Loops. Fruit! Yep. You done jinxed yourself. Yep. Yeah, so be careful if you see any wild fruit around, people. If you know somewhere in the country, and if you see someone go near it, just do your best to warn them. Even during these trying times that we all live in now. But don't worry, I'll remain healthy as ever, as long as the fruits are not picked from the wilds. As soon as it came out. Any of the fruit that you bought up from the store and whatnot, they don't count. They're fine. They're good. They're edible. It's the wild ones you gotta stay away from. It's a harbinger of something bad that's gonna happen to you, or has happened. But anyways, before we finally end this video, I just want to say one more thing. There will still be many more videos to be posted on a daily basis with the videos I usually post, in addition with an occasional other game and whatnot. But, well, of course, since I got new computer coming, so maybe we can finally go back to Oregon Trail 2 or 5th edition finally, possibly, if I can get it together. But, and of course, don't forget the occasional Oregon Trail video, the Zombie Apocalypse version of it. So, I will just say, well, for now, okay, just end it already, Lord Master. You're stammering. I know you're tired after this long journey. But, I hope you enjoyed this Oregon Trail, this edition of the Oregon Trails. I ranked number 4 as a greenhorn of this list of legends. So, let's hope for many more trails ahead for the future of the Lord Master channel. But until then, so long for now.